episode on KOB TV, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am your host, Ken Johnson, and we are talking about presidential election. Did you guys know that the president does not necessarily, he's still the president. He doesn't leave uh, after the election results. Uh, he won't leave until January 20th of the actual inauguration day. And so, in other words, he still has time to chime in and actually go to the courts and still pull off the election, guys. This election is not final by a long shot. And as you know, uh, let's just go ahead and read some stuff, right? So we can get a gist, an idea, that I'm not just talking out of my head. Uh, I'll scroll to the top. It says, what happens if a president loses an election but won't leave the White House? A president refuses to commit to a peaceful transfer of power, then he loses. What happens next, guys? So I read a little bit here. Well, I read it all, and I think we should read a little bit so it won't be so long. But let's go ahead and read this. It says President Donald Trump has suggested he would not accept the results of the 2020 presidential election if he were to lose. Let's say he does lose and he refuses to leave the White House. What then? Nothing like this has ever happened in American history, so it's difficult to know for certain. However, political scientists and historians told Live Science, that's where I got this from, guys, by the way, they're reasonably confident it wouldn't work. Not stepping down, but he's the president for a long time now still. In one scenario, assume that challenger Joe Biden wins by a long enough margin in enough swing states to put the actual election results beyond doubt. It's reasonable to wonder whether Trump, who has said that he could only lose if the election were rigged against him, would ever accept the results of an election he lost. According to, let's make sure you guys are in the screen because I tend to do that quite often. Yeah, I didn't scroll it down. It says the Western area. Okay, I'll keep it right there. According to the 20th Amendment, guys, this is in the Constitution, guys. If Trump loses the election, his term would end at noon on January 20th, 2021. So he still has time, guys, at which time he would officially pass his commander-in-chief authority to Biden. Okay, so it's not over with, guys. It says even if he disagrees with the results, if Trump loses, he'd almost certainly be removed from the White House, according to Robert Shapiro, a professor and the former acting director of Columbia University's Institute for Social and Economic Research and Policy. So according to this guy, well, according to his title, he must know what he's talking about, I guess. I don't know. It's like it's not possible, but there is no reason today to assume things will ever get to that point. Trump might simply win the election, confounding polls for a second time after 2016. He might lose the election, then agree to leave office, and he might be able to hang on to his office by putting his thumb on the scales in the courts, guys, as he has said. So this is where his strategy comes in, and this is why I say he's still going to be the president. Biden is not going to touch that seat, just so you guys know, because I'm never wrong. Although we can go ahead and say, on my previous video where I gave a prediction and said that Trump would win, and by the polls and by numbers, I think everybody knows he did, but there has been some scrupulous things happening that caused, it's a lot of underworld grabbing and pushing and pulling going on, guys. Let's go ahead and read this a little bit more, and I'll get out of your hair. Today is my day off, by the way, but, who cares? It says, or did I go up too far? Okay, yeah, let's read from the title right here. Trump's stated strategy is already unprecedented. Trump has repeatedly said in public that he expects to win the election through court battles as opposed to victory at the polls. So, see, guys, it's not over. I'm going to probably leave it at this, just give you that snippet, and I'll send you the page, of course, in the description below, and you can go ahead and complete it yourself. But that's the premise of my title, and that's why I said he will remain on the throne. He will, a lot of people don't want that. I mean, particularly, I don't have any interest in it. It's a fashion show. One of the pageants, one of the many pageants I attended. Where you're just pretending. So, guys, like, share, subscribe, especially if you're new. This is what we do over here. We, learn, educate ourselves. So, to wrap it up, basically, there is a possibility that even though the Associated Press has reported Biden as the winner, he can still actually not. Trump can still actually stay there. In other words, he has a plan, guys, and there's probably nothing anybody can do about it because he is the president. So I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, hit that like button, share it so you can tell somebody else that it's not over with yet. And like I said, if you're new, go ahead and do what? Subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Skinhead, deadhead, everybody gone bad. Situation, aggravation, everybody allegation. In the suit, on the news, everybody dog food. Bang, bang, shot dead, everybody's gone bad. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.